everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, starseed astrologer and spiritual messenger from sacredsoulempowerment.com. Here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, March 25th through Sunday, March 31st, 2019. For this week's weekly reading, we'll be using the Fairytale deck by Radley Valentine for the main message for everyone, and your special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, will be coming from the magical mermaids and dolphins. So happy spring equinox to everyone in the northern hemisphere. Of course, we had the spring equinox last Wednesday, and to those of you in the southern hemisphere, happy fall equinox or autumn equinox. So this is, the time of spring and planting new seeds. And, we had a very important week last week with the full moon, supermoon at 0 degrees Libra. Full moons are a time of completion and endings, and of course the 0 degree point, a critical degree in astrology, signifies new beginnings or new birth, and that happened on the same day as the spring equinox, the day that the sun went into Aries. And again, spring equinox and sun moving into Aries, the beginning of the astrological new year, and again, another time of new beginnings. So really important energies that we're still feeling as we move into this last week of the month of March. So let's go ahead and take a look at your stones of choice before we get started and talking too much here about everything. And I decided to bring out some of my newest special intention crystal pendants to show you here today. And so your first stone of choice is blue kyanite. Now the blue kyanite relates to the throat chakra, and we can even say the ear chakras. So this is about clear speech, clearly communicating your intentions. This is about, again, hearing messages or intuiting messages through clear audience. And, really the blue kyanite also is a stone that clears all types of negative energy. This is one of two crystals, actually, that helps to transmute lower vibrational energies, and whether it means to clear the energies from you or clear the energies from your other stones or clear the energies from a situation or an environment that you happen to be in, this is a great stone for that. But again, that deep dark blue color, in some cases it's a lighter blue, but this one is actually a pretty nice dark blue color. It relates to that throat chakra of speaking your truth with integrity and honesty. Your second stone of choice is this special intention malachite pendant. I don't know if you can see the beautiful green color of this malachite with the way that the sun is shining here, but the malachite is going to relate to the heart chakra, and so this is about a new way of feeling. This is about emotional healing. This is about the healing of relationship matters. This is about clairsentience, which is your psychic ability of clear feeling or intuiting through what you sense or what you feel is true or right for you. Malachite is also known as a stone of abundance and prosperity because of that green color. It reminds us of money, and therefore it reminds us of that abundance kind of quality. I always think of Archangel Raphael when I think of the malachite, that energy again of healing old emotional heart wounds, relationship wounds, whether they be of this or previous lifetimes. And then your last stone of choice is this beautiful special intention citrine pendant. And the citrine is that beautiful golden yellow color. This is the color of the solar plexus chakra, which is about you owning your personal power or taking your power back within a situation or relationship or even a belief system that you might be holding that is no longer valid for you. And this is also known as a cleanser, like the blue kyanite. It cleanses. It's one of those stones that doesn't retain negative energy and cleanses the environment, yourself, your other stones. And also, like the malachite, this is a stone that you can put in your cash box or wallet. It helps to also increase abundance and prosperity by you, again, owning your sense of personal power, which includes your confidence and your sense of self-identity and your will. Okay, so those are your stones of choice for the week. Let's start by taking a look at the astrological energy for the week. So the first thing that we're dealing with this particular week is that Venus, the planet of love and relationships, as well as finances and money, is moving into the sign of Pisces. Now, Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, and until last week, last Wednesday, we were in the Pisces energy, the Pisces season with the sun in Pisces. But now, since the spring equinox last Wednesday, of course, the sun has moved into the sign of Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, and that time of new beginnings. But we still have Mercury, which is retrograde in Pisces. And now we have, and of course we have Neptune in Pisces. Neptune is one of those generational planets, and it's been in Pisces for quite some time. And now we have Venus going into Pisces. So we still have a little bit of Pisces energy here that we're wrapping up before those planets, meaning Venus and Mercury, move out of that last sign of the zodiac and into the first sign of the zodiac, which will be coming up later in the month of April. Now, again, Venus being in Pisces, it has a very romantic feel to it. You know, she's very loving, unconditional love, selfless service, how can I help you? Very artistic and very creative. So in relationship matters, she has this dreamy, unconditional love kind of quality to her. Sometimes that can mean, though, in relationships that she's wearing rose-colored glasses and doesn't see things clearly about what's happening. So it just depends on the situation and circumstances that you find yourself in as to how Venus, as it traverses over the next few weeks, the sign of Pisces, how that's going to, you know, how that energy will unfold for you. Now, in money matters or financial matters, again, Pisces has a lack of clarity about it. It has sometimes a confusing quality to it. It's great for creative or spiritual endeavors that is connected to finances or financial gain. But as far as other types of business ventures, there still may be some confusing energies or lack of clarity as to what decisions to make or what to do next. And I feel like, you know, again, as Venus, when Venus does move out of Pisces, in some weeks to come here and moves into Aries, we'll have a little bit more of a confident, take charge kind of feel in regards to both relationships and finances. On Wednesday the 27th, this is, in astrology it's considered a minor aspect, but I feel like I wanted to mention it because Venus has newly gone into Pisces. She's going to be in a positive sextile connection to Uranus, which is newly gone into Taurus. Now, sextile aspects are an aspect of opportunity, meaning that you have to really keep your eyes and ears open for opportunities to arise. And if you do see an opportunity, and in this case again, Venus ruling money, finances, as well as relationships, you know, networking, values, our sense of self-worthiness. But if you see an opportunity, you have to take it. You have to take action on it. That's what a sextile is. And with a sextile to Uranus, it can be something unexpected because Uranus brings in that unexpected, out of the blue kind of circumstance sometimes. So this could, you know, bring in a possible new relationship, not necessarily romantic, but a possible new relationship or friendship or business association that can be a positive experience for you, but you have to take action on it. This can bring a possible opportunity out of the blue in regards to finances or increasing, you know, your incoming money of some sort. Or it can even be creative resources as well as financial resources. But again, you have to take the opportunity. You have to act on it. If you see the opportunity, take some sort of action with this. And then on Thursday the 28th, we have Mercury, the planet of our thoughts, the planet of our ideas, the planet of communications. And that is going to be turning back to direct motion at 16 degrees of Pisces. So again, we have that Pisces energy here. Now, Mercury turning direct is going to help to eventually bring some clarity with some things, because during Mercury retrograde, sometimes not all the information is there, or we have to redo something, or, you know, if we're trying to make a decision, it can be a little confusing. So now that Mercury has gone back to direct motion, by the way, when it turns direct at 16 degrees of Pisces, it is connecting with Neptune. And Neptune, again, has that lack of clarity, kind of confusing feeling, but also a spiritual feeling to it. Neptune rules the spiritual realm. So we could get some sort of spiritual messages or spiritual clarity, maybe through meditation, maybe through a conversation, something magical that occurs. But again, there still can be some confusing lack of clarity, or possibly for the next few days until Mercury speeds up, a lack of not having all the information quite yet. Now, again, it is definitely a good thing that it's turned back to direct motion. So things will start to slowly unfold, and we'll start to have some clarity, and we're going to get the information that we need eventually to make a decision. But have a little patience with that, because Mercury is going to be kind of at a standstill point, you know, for a couple of days. And then while it's trying to speed up, it's going to take some time. It doesn't just go back to its regular motion. So you're going to have to give it a week or so. And so as we move into April, it'll be in a much better place. And then the last day of March, Sunday the 31st, Mars, which is the planet of energy, action, and forward movement, is moving into Gemini. Now, Gemini is the sign of the twins. It's the sign of possibly, you know, two different paths, variety, busyness. Gemini likes to be busy, and it's the mind, or the sign of the intellect. So this is about, again, thoughts, ideas, communication, but it kind of ramps that up a little bit. While Mars was in Taurus, which is where it's coming out of, you know, Mars being about energy and action and forward movement, it might have been slowed down a little bit, or was at a more steady, even-keeled pace. Now as it moves into Gemini, things are going to start to move a little bit more quickly, and there's going to be more situations and circumstances to contend with or deal with or juggle at the same time. So for those of you that like busyness and like a lot of things going on, you're going to like Mars going into Gemini, which it will be in the sign of Gemini for all of the month of April. Now, Mars is a fire planet. Gemini is an air sign. So what happens when you put fire and air together? The fire gets bigger, the creativity gets bigger, you know, the energy gets bigger. So that's what's happening here as we end the month of March and move into the month of April. By the way, be sure to watch the monthly angel card reading for the month of April. If it's not up at the time that this video is published, it will be in a few days. So again, if you want to know the big picture of the whole month of April and what we have to look forward to, make sure you go onto my YouTube channel under Colleen Lemma and find the monthly angel card reading for the month of April. So let's go ahead and take a look at the messages from our angels and guides from the fairy deck. I thought that it was a good time of the year to bring out the fairies, you know, with the new birth, things coming alive again. All right, so as we look at the first card is in this deck called the Prince of Autumn. Now, this is the Knight of Pentacles in the traditional tarot, the Knight of Pentacles. And the message at the top, or the keywords at the top, says dependable, protective, chivalrous, and humorous. And at the bottom it says cautious but wise action, meticulous attention to detail, and kindness to others. So the meticulous attention to detail, especially because, again, Mercury is still in retrograde motion until Thursday. It's slowing down, so it's kind of, you know, slowing down the communication or information coming in, or it's causing, again, more of a lack of clarity with all of that. It might be more miscommunication as it's slowing down, and things just may feel like it's stalling a little bit. So, you know, we really have to, especially because it's in Pisces too, you know, this whole energy of Venus now in Pisces and Mercury in Pisces and connecting with Neptune. We really need to pay attention to the details. We need to pay attention to what needs to get done, what we need to do, and taking the next steps. You really have to maybe even work a little harder to kind of be logical and organized. So you might want to make a list of things to do. You know, what's the next step I have to take? What do I have to get done? Especially in this time of year where Pisces is about closure and completion, and we're moving into now that sign of Aries of new beginnings. So we're wanting new projects, new ideas, new circumstances to unfold with us. So we have kind of endings and new beginnings going on at the same time here. So the cautious but wise action you know, I feel like, again, it's almost like, again, taking a little bit of time before making decisions if you can. Now, some of us, we can't wait anymore, or we haven't been able to wait during Mercury retrograde, and we have made a decision, which is fine. You know, everything is in divine timing for each of us as individuals, but if you can still wait before making, a final decision on something, I would say to wait a little bit longer, be a little bit more cautious, take wise action, as this is saying. The Knight of Pentacles is about moving forward. You know, if you think about a knight on a horse, the knight is one of those younger energies, and it wants to move fast and quick. But here in the sign of autumn, or in the sign of Pentacles, we want to move a little bit more slowly and thoughtfully as we're moving forward. Now let's take a look at the second card, see what we follow that up with. Wow, okay, so now we have the Princess of Autumn. And the Princess of Autumn is the Page of Pentacles in the traditional tarot. So we had the Knight first, and now we have the Page. And first of all, having two court cards in a row, as they're called, this can mean that we're going to have situations with other people come up. And some of these people may be younger in years or younger in maturity. They could be children or grandchildren. Again, the Knight and the Page are the younger kind of energies. Or this can just mean that there's something developing. If it's not about people involved in situations in your life, this is about younger energy that's just starting to sprout, that's just starting to grow with both the prince and the princess. You know, we're talking about, again, that slow, thoughtful, patient movement, because we need to let something germinate. We need to let something mature a little bit before it totally unfolds, or we totally make, again, that final decision. Now, the keywords at the top of the Princess of Autumn says studious, responsible, cheerful, and mischievous. And at the bottom, and I was kind of smiling because the Prince of Autumn said humorous and chivalrous, and the Princess of Autumn says cheerful and mischievous. And so again, there's kind of that, kind of like the Fool card energy going on a little bit, you know, where it's like, you know, having to take a leap of faith a little bit and just trust. You know, it's kind of like that trust and have faith and just be happy and optimistic and know that everything's going to turn out even if it seems challenging kind of energy. The message at the bottom says, happy news about your career, promotions, or scholarships, well thought out plans that go perfectly, and needing a little push to get going. So again, it has that same type of feel of needing to take your time, be cautious, you know, think out your plans very well before you commit to anything. You know, that needing a little push. I feel like that needing a little push is going to come when Mars moves into Gemini at the end of the month, and as we move into April, that's going to be our push to move forward with things. So, you know, this spring equinox last week, this time of new beginnings, we've still had to have a little bit of patient, thoughtful, kind of slow movement as we're kind of letting things kind of build and become more clear to move forward. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the third card. Now, the third card actually came out as two cards. So we have two cards in the last position. And the first one is the Eight of Winter. This is the Eight of Swords in the traditional tarot. And the Eight of Winter says you have what it takes if you only believe in yourself, thinking that you're powerless when you're not, and a lack of self-confidence that keeps you from getting what you want. And the number 8 numerologically is all about our sense of power, our sense of authority, you know, taking back your power, owning your power. It can also be about career and finances and your life path journey in general. So, you know, this is about you having that leadership, that confidence, and moving forward. And as this says, the Eight of Winter, the Eight of Swords, is almost feeling a lack of confidence, feeling a lack of your own inner authority, feeling a little powerless here, as it says, thinking that you're powerless, but you're really not. You know, this is almost like whatever's going on in your life. It's a time period. I almost wanted to say a test, but I don't really like that word test when we're talking about your soul journey. It's a time where you've kind of, in a way, have co-created the circumstances to where you might need to take back your power, or own your confidence, or be a leader and stand up for yourself and make something happen. And the winter suit, the sword suit, is the mental realm. So this is about, you know, really changing your belief systems about your own sense of being able to make the changes that you desire, to take charge of your life and make something happen again. You know, you're disempowering yourself by thinking that you don't have the power to do so. And this is telling you that you do, okay? So take back your power here. All right, and then the last card. Okay, it's another winter card, but this is a much more balanced and positive card as far as the suit of swords or the suit of winter. It's the Six of Swords. The number 6 has that kind of balance to it, you know, a 6-pointed Star of David, an upward pointing triangle intersected with a downward pointing triangle that has 6 points. It's in a very balanced state, as above, so below, okay? Balancing your inner masculine with your inner feminine side, balancing home life with career life, balancing all aspects, you know, of what's going on with yourself, with your life. This is about staying balanced on a mental level, the suit of swords, the suit of winter. And it says positive changes are on the way, a welcome relief from troubled times, and traveling or relocating. So, you know, that the traveling and locating I can see with some of us, the spring equinox, time of new beginnings, fresh starts, you know, blazing a new trail for ourselves. You know, the sun starts to shine more, the green grass starts to grow, and sometimes that is a perfect time for people to move across town, move across the country, or what have you. This can be movement with your mind as well. Travel, you know, going on vacation, taking a weekend getaway. But I mostly like that very first sentence, positive changes are on the way. And I think that as we wind up this month of March, next month in April, when Mercury moves out of Pisces and moves into Aries, eventually Venus will move out of Pisces and she'll move into Aries at some point. The sun is already in Aries. You know, we're going to be moving into this time where we're truly feeling much more happy, much more joyful. And with Mars, the planet of energy and action and forward movement, moving out of that slow, step-by-step Taurian energy and moving into the quick-paced, fast-paced, many things happening all at once, Gemini energy, we're going to start to see a lot more things flowing. Now, Mars and Gemini can also be a little chaotic, so we have to be careful with that. Sometimes we can become too busy and the energies become too chaotic, and, you know, we have to really kind of rein that in too and make sure that we stay grounded and balanced with that Mars and Gemini energy. But I like that this says, you know, positive changes and a welcomed relief from troubled times. So I think we're moving in the right direction. You know, this is really telling us that there's good things that are happening, good things are on the way. It starts with the mind, you know, the two winter cards, the two swords cards. It's going to start with the mind, how you think, how you believe about yourself and about your life and about what's going on in your life, as far as, you know, being the co-creator of what's unfolding in your life. Okay, let's take a look at special message cards for this week. And the first stone of choice was the blue kyanite. So for blue kyanite people, let's give this a little shuffle here. It's a little breezy out here, but I love it. It's a beautiful day. All right, so this one's calling my attention for blue kyanite people. Treasure chest. What a wonderful message that is. An unforeseen windfall of new abundance comes to you now. That could be the Venus sextile Uranus this week. This could be just Mercury turning back to direct motion. This could be at the very end of the week when Mars goes into Gemini. But there's some sort of blessing that's coming in, a blessing, a gift. Now it doesn't say financial. For some reason I wanted to say it says financial. But it actually just says an unforeseen windfall of new abundance. And remember, abundance is more than just money. Abundance can mean so many different things. It could be support from someone. It could be an unexpected gift or help from someone, a new job, a new opportunity, you know, business-wise, a new friendship that comes in. There's some sort of blessings there for you, here for you this week. So again, she's got to open that treasure chest in order to see what's inside. And remember, with Venus sextile Uranus, you have to take action on the opportunity if the opportunity presents itself. So make sure that you open that treasure chest and, I don't want to say take, but to be open to what the universe is giving you. Claim what the universe is giving you, okay? Receive what the universe is giving you this week. All right, for those of you that chose the Malachite, let's give that a little shuffle for the Malachite people. This one, Father Healing. And it's interesting because it's about personal power, right? And we had the 8 of Swords, or the 8 of Winter, about personal power. So this says your personal power increases as you give any father-related issues to heaven. Now this could literally be about healing father issues, you know, things that, belief systems or situations with your father, your dad, your stepfather, grandfather, you know, that father, that authority father energy, authority parent energy, or just the authorities in your life that are masculine in nature. This could be about healing those issues, whether it be, again, with a specific person or with a situation, like in your career. It has a very authoritative kind of energy in regards to career, because we usually have a boss that we're working for. So this is about just your own sense of confidence, your own sense of willpower, your own sense of empowerment. You know, just like it says, it's about healing your personal power regarding something. And, you know, claiming that confident, courageous, you know, authoritative, let's move forward, let's take action kind of energy for yourself. That's what empowering yourself is all about. It's like making your own way, making things happen for yourself. And this is the type of energy that you're here this week, or asked to heal in this week. Okay? All right, and then for those of you that chose the citrine, let's just give this a little shuffle for the citrine people. This one's calling my attention. Have faith. And again, we're still in that Pisces energy with Venus and Mercury. And Pisces is the sign that asks us to trust and have faith, okay? Because again, there's that lack of clarity. Things are happening on the spiritual realm and not necessarily quite yet on the material realm. So whatever's going on, we just have to trust and have faith that the universe is conspiring in our favor, that our angels and guides are leading us to the next right step. We have to trust ourselves as well. The message at the bottom says your prayers are manifesting. Remain positive and follow your guidance. Okay? Follow your higher soul self-guidance. Follow the intuition that you're getting. Remember, with Mercury turning back to direct motion and connecting with Neptune, that's highly going to be a time to really pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to clairvoyant, you know, what you see, what you feel, what you hear, what you sense. You know, this is all about your intuitive faculties being more fine-tuned and really trusting the guidance that you're receiving, the guidance that you're getting. And if you're unsure whether to trust it, ask for another sign. Say, hey, I think you're trying to tell me this, universe, but I'm not quite sure. So if this is really what you're trying to tell me, then give me another sign. Communicate with me in another way and give me confirmation about what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking that this means. And you'll get the confirmation, okay? So trust and have faith as you move forward on your highest and most important destiny path. I hope everyone's liked this weekly angel card reading. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, for commenting on my videos, for sharing my videos. So many of you have such nice things to say and share it with the people that you know, and I really appreciate all of that support that you give me. Thank you for all of you that follow me on Facebook under my pages Colleen Lemma and Sacred Soul Empowerment, and that visit my website at sacredsoulempowerment.com. Thank you so much, everyone. I send you all much love and light and many, many angel blessings as we move into this wonderful time of new birth.